Welcome back to the Flight Deck podcast. Did you know we're based in a fifth-rate city, I guess we'll call it?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. The one thing with all this Juan Soto stuff is that it's very clear that there's a lot of American reporters that don't want to see him come to Toronto. Uh, and it's kind of fun to watch on this end. There was an article, I don't even know. It's Soto favorites have emerged and rumors are flying. Let's discuss. Basically, there's I don't know, five or six people from MLB.com that are writing this article. A bunch of them say stuff like, "Oh, there's no way the Blue Jays are going to outbid the Mets," which like, yeah, you know what? I agree with that. That's a tough one to do. But you keep going down. Ian Brown, Red Sox beat reporter.
Oh, he's a Red Sox. Oh,
Yeah, yeah. This is
shocking.
hilarious. Absolutely
Shocking, though.
hilarious. This whole thing, he goes, I don't believe so. I feel there's always some player the Blue Jays are willing to go the distance with. Last year was Shohei Ohtani. Let's face it, they aren't as desirable a market to play in as the others on this list. Especially when Vlad Guerrero Jr. Uncertain future, I can't see him going there even for the highest bid. There's more. We're gonna keep going on other ones, but can't see us being a desirable market to play in.
See, now I would believe your words, which could
Uh,
potentially be true,
mm,
if I believe Ian Brown is one of many, many are like people that write writers that will Soto accept the Canadian dollar?
hmm I'm just, we're acting like Boston's just fucking fantastic city. Like their fans are ruthless. The
I've been there.
Yankees fans suck. That's not a market I want to play in most of the time. I,
The Mets.
the Dodgers are, yeah, that's fine. The Mets are literally the second team in their own fucking city. Like, what are we doing here? There's lots of things you can say about the Jays and Juan Soto. Our future sucks. Our prospect system is not good. We don't look like we're going to be good if we don't get Juan Soto here. That is all fine. But don't tell me we're not a desirable market to play in. Like we have a whole fucking country. Like get out of here with that. It keeps going because there's more. Mark Feinzen, the guy who tweeted this out initially, uh, he says, I think that he's going to the highest bidder thing is silly. What if that bid is $1 million per year higher than the Yankees or Mets? Is he going to leave New York for Toronto over that money? I don't think so. Which whatever, I get it. You're obsessed with New York. It is what it is. But he goes, we have no reason to believe that the Blue Jays aren't preparing any top offer. They were super aggressive with Ohtani last year, but still came up short. To get a player to have to this is my favorite part. I just wanted to
Yeah, go
preface
ahead.
that.
Do you think?
To get a player to move to another country, they almost have to be the highest bidder. Connor, I have a question for you.
Yes.
Where does Juan Soto reside in the offseason?
Florida, I would assume.
I would assume probably the Dominican,
Or Florida or
his
something
home
close.
country.
Something warm. Yeah.
I would imagine his country that he was born and raised in would probably be the best bet.
Yes, because let's be honest here, folks. Do a ton of people stay in Toronto?
No, you go home.
You go
Shohei
home.
Ohtani went home to Japan. It's the
Also,
same thing.
unless you are a player who makes a certain amount of money,
Uh-huh.
you are not staying at in your city.
No, I hate to tell you this, but the United States of America is also another country to this man. He grew up in the Dominican. He's already left his country to go to a different country. It's the same with every free agent that comes from another country. That's not
Same.
new.
It's the same with Shohei Ohtani. You
Hmm
know,
That's just so stupid. I'm just reading like I don't think we're gonna get Soto. I don't have that in my head. But reading some of these things, man, it's just like the dumbest thing I could ever see. Yeah, Brian Hoach, Yankees beat reporter, obviously.
Hulk. Yeah,
This is it Hoach? I don't care.
yeah.
He's
It's
Hoach
Hulk. We
today
don't.
because he's
He's whole
whole
shit. All
shit.
right.
Whole shit. Um, I love how they're only using like Yankees and Red Sox beat reporters, which is fantastic.
Yeah.
He goes,
Where's Keegan?
"Mhm. Even if hypothetically the Blue Jays did outbid everyone from a dollars and years perspective, there are tax slash exchange rate and logistics considerations at play. Why do we keep pretending like we're not paying people in American dollars?
The exchange rate.
Like,
If
what
it,
are we
like
doing?
does one I don't think Juan Soto's like the smartest person in the world. He's
Mm-hmm.
not stupid when it comes to
Mm-hmm.
money. He realizes
Mm-hmm.
that the conversion is still the same,
He's still getting paid in American dollars. It's not like we're offering him 700 million Canadian to everybody
which
else's
which
700
would
million American.
which would be like 400 million
Yeah,
US or
it's like
something.
$25, but it's so stupid. And like the amount of people talking about this, that part alone blows my mind, as if like this is the first time the Blue Jays have ever been
Dude,
in Major
I
League Baseball.
were we even doing this last year with Shohei?
No,
It feels
no.
like this wasn't the thing with Shohei last year. It was just, why the fuck would he go to the Blue Jays?
Yeah, which at the time, fair, it made sense.
Fair.
At the time, really now, kind of fair, makes sense with Juan Soto. There's a ton of arguments as to why Juan Soto shouldn't come here. All the ones that are getting put up are not the ones.
Like, yeah, it's one thing. It's one thing of being like, hey, they were just like second to last place in the division,
Mm-hmm.
or like we don't know about Vlad, but
Yeah.
nah, if they gave him that money, would he really go there?
For the longest time too, it was like, oh, Juan Soto's going to go to whoever pays him the most money. He's done his winning. He's
Yeah,
going to
but
go to
once the Blue Jays get the most money, it's
now
oh
the Blue Jays are
hey,
the team with the most money. And they're like, well, he might not go to the team
because
with the most money because like
because
other teams are
yeah,
giving him a lot of
that's
money
the
too.
thing. There was an article that came out. I think it was also yesterday
Mm-hmm.
that were I think it was Andy Martino.
Mm-hmm.
He put out basically like, hey, there's like industry people in the industry, like there's widespread belief among bidders that Toronto will come in with the highest offer.
Mm-hmm.
Like there's genuine
Yep.
like Toronto will bid the most for this guy.
But there's also people just like, I don't think so. Like, what do you mean? Like, it's just, I didn't want to get involved in Soto conversations because I figured it would hurt at the end when he inevitably goes somewhere else.
But like
But
again,
this
it's
is just so stupid.
I think it's dumber than the Shohei ones
It's
even.
so much more
It's
dumb.
it's way dumber than the Shohei ones, man. Like how do you like
I don't get it, man.
yeah, this is where we are to start this podcast.
Yep, that's where we are. I just wanted to bash on all the the, the American reporters. We're gonna be the 51st state anyways, apparently.
Yeah,
So
yeah, I
it's
heard
not
about
gonna
that.
matter in a little bit.
Well,
I just
I mean,
can't,
hey,
man.
you don't need a passport anymore to go to America.
Yeah,
Ugh.
fantastic. Did I already say welcome to the Late Night
Yeah, you
Podcast? I
did.
did,
We
right?
just got
Okay.
it. We just
I already
full
can't
full
remember.
forced it, man.
Yeah, so we're back. The Blue Jays let Jordan Romano go,
That's
and
yep.
we already talked about that last week.
Mm-hmm.
Ross Atkins spoke about the what do I non-tendering is the word I'm looking for of Jordan
Non-tendering.
Romano. He said it was a very difficult decision, and they remain interested in their longtime closer and are heavily pursuing a reunion.
Again, that doesn't surprise me.
No, that should absolutely be the case. He's still a top tier reliever in the majors,
When
and our
healthy,
bullpen is ass,
yeah. So okay,
hot ass.
even if he's not the fucking closer anymore,
Mm-hmm.
he'll be a
Oh,
solid.
he doesn't have to be the closer. I don't care.
No, no.
He could be a fucking middle reliever on this team for all I care. It's better than what we have.
An 85% Jordan Romano is better than half the guys in the bullpen right now.
Yes.
Probably like yeah.
Yes. I it's mind blowing. Also, he said they have no medical concerns, which I don't believe.
I don't believe either because if you didn't have medical concerns,
This didn't make sense.
pay the money. Like
Yeah. So
unless you get okay, unless you get Jordan Romano for like 3 million as
Mhm.
opposed to like the 8 that you were probably gonna give him,
Sure.
that's different. But if
Yeah.
you're gonna give him like 5 as opposed to 8,
Mhm.
come on, like
Yeah, I don't know. It doesn't really make it like you're saving pennies here.
yeah,
It is what it is. I would like to see him back personally. I don't know if you share the same opinion, but I don't
no,
know.
I'd like to see him back. I'm not among like. Granted, if we okay now, if we got like Tanner Scott, Carlos Estevez, if we got like a couple of those guys, I'd be like, all right, okay, I can do without him. But like
Mhm.
that's not realistic.
No.
Bring him back.
And I
Like
think you're probably going to get Jordan cheaper than you are any of those top tier guys.
oh for sure because
I imagine.
I think Jordan is one of the few people that I think anyway would take a hometown discount. I don't know about like his agent, but however much that discount is,
agent is.
I know it's not Scott Boris. That's all we need to know.
Yeah, that's exactly. So
Like
I don't know. I can
we
see
wouldn't
it.
we would have known about it if it was Scott Boris.
Yeah, exactly.
Like
So I think it's fine. I would like to see it. Could it happen? It seems like they want it to happen. don't know how Jordan feels. I would imagine he likes being here because it's where his family and everything is.
He literally grew up
I
like what, an hour from the
Yeah.
stadium.
He's a
Like
Blue Jays fan. I don't know. It just makes
he's
sense
a
to me. I know personally I would want to play for the Blue Jays if I had that option. And like other teams were giving me the same money. Like, yeah, there's the whole I want to win a championship thing. And
but then there's the obviously the familiarity.
yeah, exactly.
Like
So yeah, it makes sense. Speaking of former Blue Jays, according to Ken Rosenthal, the Blue Jays are in the market again for Teoscar Hernandez.
ve por tu sueño.
I love it, man.
No tengas miedo.
I
Fucking
saw
love
a
that.
bunch of people talking about how like they won't do it because it looks bad on them and like
It
trading him.
doesn't.
I don't even care if it does.
That's
Like
what, like, dude.
he's fun. Let him come back.
There was there in realistic terms.
Hmm.
I think there was a world where you
Hmm.
had an outfield of Teoscar Hernandez, Dalton Varsho, and George Springer. There's a world where you had that going
Yeah,
into the 2023 season.
it could have
That
worked.
was clearly not this world, but
No,
like
but it could have worked. I'm not
you can
against
still
it.
do it.
It could still happen next year.
Yeah,
I mean, I'm
yeah.
here for it.
Like I would,
Ken Rosenthal also said Toronto would be the most logical destination if he doesn't go back to Los
which
Angeles.
again makes sense.
That's a given,
It's a
I think.
given, but I think he's back in LA.
Yeah.
Like
I think if they get Soto, that's a whole different story.
if LA's not getting
Hmm.
Soto.
No,
LA's not getting Soto.
no, but I mean, hey, if they walk over and go, hey, here's all our money and you can have it in
Hey, here's
2042.
800 million, but we have
Yeah.
300.
Here's $1 billion spread over the next 40 years.
Yeah, here's a billion, but we're only gonna pay you like 20 of that over the next 15
Yeah.
years.
Here's $15 today,
Yeah,
and you can have the rest
15,
when you
15
turn
Canadian.
90. Yeah. We're actually
15.
going to pay you in Canadian
We're gonna pay
dollars.
you in Canadian
It
because you know
seemed
we're
like a
good
good
for it.
idea.
Like,
That's crazy, man. It's crazy.
uh,
That'd be fun. I think Teo coming back is
would be cool.
he's well liked in the with some of the guys that are left, at least the ones that have played with him, and the fan base loves him, and he hits homers. That's what more can we ask for
He's also
here?
clutch,
Clutch as fuck. We haven't had a clutch guy since we got rid of him and Lourdes.
pretty much. Like
Nobody. IKF had ice in his
IKF was
veins
clutch.
last year. It was insane.
IKF was kind of clutch.
And Leo for some reason had a couple of clutch hits. Didn't make
Yeah.
sense, but here we are. Yeah.
Okay, Brant. Before we
Mhm.
get into to the last bit, I just
Mhm.
want to ask you a question because it didn't get on the run sheet, but
Mhm.
the Athletic put out a list of the worst MLB contracts. Now we don't
Okay.
obviously need to go into like the top ones because we pretty much all know those.
Mhm.
Do you want to know some honorable mentions?
Sure.
Starling Marte, 1 year, 20 million remaining.
Okay.
Jordan Montgomery, 1 year, 22 and a half remaining.
Got it.
Jung Hoo Lee, 5 years, 105 million remaining.
That's not very fair. He got hurt last year, but
Yeah. DJ LeMahieu, as we fucking, yeah, DJ LeMahieu's like the fourth member of this podcast. Like 2 years, 30 million
what if he
remaining.
buys 60 of them though?
Also, I'd just like to point out,
They can buy more DJ LeMahieu's now, eh?
yeah.
That's great.
Lance McCullers, 2 years, 35.4.
Mm-hmm.
Robbie Ray, 2 years, 50. And somehow falling into the honorable mention category, there is a Blue Jay.
George Springer.
No,
Really?
it's what you're not going to think of it.
Is it someone we still have?
It's someone we still have for a while.
Who the Jose Barrios?
Jose Barrios is an honorable mention on the Athletics' worst contracts.
Why?
4 years, 86.9 million remaining.
Okay, and he was fantastic last season.
He had one bad year of the four he's been here.
I
Like
unrelated, well, kind of related question. Did he receive Cy Young votes this year at all? Like down ballot, like bottom of the ballot votes at any
I
point?
think he would.
I don't know.
But like, okay, I'm just looking at this. I gotta get the splits in Toronto.
Mhm.
Okay, that 2022 season does not help him. He has a 407 in 4 years here. But look at it. His first year in Toronto, his first half season in Toronto, he had a 3.58. In 23, he had a 3.65, and in 24, he had a 3.60.
Yeah, crazy.
He had a 5.23 in 2022. That was
So he didn't receive down ballot votes, but I just found this out.
Oh.
Remember the bet that Nate and I made? We didn't end up coming up with anything for like the actual end of
Was
it.
it Yusei Kikuchi down ballot Cy Youngs?
It was
If
whoever had more down ballot votes. And you know who ended up with more down ballot
Yusei
votes?
Kikuchi, because he fucking went to Houston and carved, and he
He
stayed in
had
the AL.
one vote.
That's wild.
Oh,
He
that's
stayed
so
in the
funny.
AL, so you're very lucky.
Yeah. So I take the win on that bet. I I don't we didn't actually end up making it for anything, which sucks. But hey, I'll take it. I just like winning. Yeah, that's crazy. Barrios is a fantastic contract. I take that every day of the
Yeah.
week. He's been great. I don't know. He's just solid. Even if he's in the middle of the rotation, he's solid. An arm that's also kind of solid, little different. Not going to cost you nearly as much because
Never. Not
coming
nearly.
over early, not even close. Um, the Blue Jays are in on Roki Sasaki.
This is according to Scotty Mitchell. So
Yes, could be legit,
could be. Um,
and apparently they're all in on Roki Sasaki.
Again, the wording by Scotty Mitchell is this
Mm-hmm.
might percolate for a hot minute, given it'll be mid-January. Also, percolate, great word.
Yeah.
But the amount of all in when it comes to Blue Jays and when it comes to the Blue Jays and Roki Sasaki is probably a good thing.
Hmm.
They have an existing relationship via close people, and it's not crazy to think he might be intrigued by Toronto, the city.
Yeah, I think we have a good culture.
Yeah, we have
We don't
we are the most
have.
multicultural city in the world.
Yes.
Like,
We're not LA in terms of baseball, and they're also pretty cultured. So it's gonna be tough. I think we also don't have Shohei Ohtani.
yeah,
But I
or
think if Sasaki goes to Ohtani and says, "Hey man, I really don't want to be the sixth or seventh guy on the Dodgers
because
rotation
he
for the next
will
3 years,"
be.
what other city did you take a look at? I think based on everything we've read that Ohtani was kind of high on Toronto as a city. So I mean, maybe there's something there. I'm trying to make myself feel good about all this, but also it's gonna suck in a month or a few weeks when it's like we were almost there on Soto, we were almost there on Sasaki, we were almost there on Corbin Burns, we were almost there on Max Fried. They talked to Blake Snell. It's gonna suck when all that hits. So I don't want to get too excited about this one. What was your reaction there for?
No, sorry, it's something that we could get it. Are we done with the Jays?
Oh, if not, we can go back. I'm not heart
Because
set.
there was just a thing that, like, a Rosenthal thing that came up a minute ago.
Mm-hmm.
According to Ken Rosenthal,
Mm-hmm.
Matt Chapman open to temporary move to shortstop if the Giants sign Ha-Seong Kim. Now,
Isn't
it
that
sounds like it makes no sense. Here, just so one problem for the San
Ha
Francisco.
Sung Kim or
Yes,
Hai Sung Kim?
no, Ha-Seong Kim,
Okay.
the Padres one that we know.
Okay.
Okay, I'll just go into it. One problem for the San Diego Padres, the San Francisco Giants, if they sign Ha-Seong Kim, is that they would remain without a shortstop until Kim recovered from shoulder surgery. That did happen.
Oh.
Enter Matt Chapman. The third baseman has told club officials he would be willing to move to short until Kim returned.
Okay.
That
That
way,
makes
that
sense.
would open up Tyler Fitzgerald at third. They could also use Casey Schmidt. And yeah, so Matt Chapman, the shortstop, if they
I
get Ha-Seong Kim.
see when you initially said that, I'm like, is Ha Sung Kim not a
Yeah,
shortstop?
that see, yeah.
Like that kind of didn't make any
I read
sense.
that weird too, but I had to click the article. I was
Yeah.
just like,
Okay. That makes more sense.
yeah.
Um.
Also, shout out Matt Chapman. Like, had a really good season last year.
Yeah.
you know,
Great.
fucking, and
Congrats, Matt Chapman.
he got the same contract as George Springer.
Uh-huh. That's gonna age terribly, I guarantee it.
No,
Juan Soto apparently, I don't know if I dreamt this up or I read this or if it was a legit source, but
oh,
apparently he could sign or like
this
is expected to sign by
this
the
is
winter
according
meetings.
to Passon.
Okay, yeah,
So
so it was legit,
it
right?
was
Okay.
legit. This like
By winter meetings, which is
he's apparently like Monday.
yes.
So the expectation is that Soto will have meetings this weekend with
Hmm.
all the five teams
Hmm.
and will decide where he's going by the time the winter meetings start.
Start.
So,
Don't they start
so
on the 8th?
we could be getting a Juan Soto decision in like 2 or 3 days.
Oh my God. Our episode's gonna be out of date by the time I get it posted.
No, oh wow, really? You mother. Well,
Knowing my history, it's very possible, but I'm going to try and get it out today. So that doesn't happen. So that we can at least get 2 or 3 days where this doesn't sound completely stupid. Damn, that could be fun. I'm so excited for when it drops. I don't care where he goes. I just want to know where Soto's
As long as
going.
he's not on the Yankees. Oh
Yeah.
my god! Wait, speaking of which, did you see that fucking thing that everybody's been talking about with the Red Sox? there's an image on Instagram
Oh,
of
with yeah.
Soto, Devers, and Vladdy all in Red Sox stuff, and Vlad liked the image.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm gonna be honest, bro. That lineup be fucking scary.
It's nasty. It'd be way
Lineup
cooler if we
is
got them here.
That's just the
But
Dominican Republic lineup in 2026.
yeah. See,
Like
now
if you
that could just be Vlad's thinking too. Like, yeah, the boys, we're banging in the WBC,
WBC, which
but they are all wearing Red Sox gear.
yeah, Vlad, why?
That kind of
I
hurts.
don't want Tristan Casas.
You know, I feel like okay about everything right now, but when Soto goes to the Red Sox or the anywhere, and then Vlad doesn't re-sign here, and then we don't get anybody else, and the
we get
rebuild starts
we
in
get
April.
High Song Kim,
Sung Kim, and I can't even think of who else would make me feel. Santander.
Tyler
Santander would be
O'Neill,
okay. Tyler. Well, that would feel so much better if I knew Vlad was here for a
Adam
while, but
Duvall. Vlad, we sacrifice Vlad, but we get like 8 free agents.
yeah, and
We
they're
get
all
we get
like
Willie Adames,
eight
Alex
hitters.
Bregman, Tyler O'Neill, fucking
Mm,
Tanner Scott, Carlos
yeah.
Estevez, Jeff Hoffman.
I just gotta rip the heart out of my chest. I think if we end up losing, we're gonna miss out on Soto. I've accepted that. Um, we're gonna miss out on Soto, and then Vlad's gonna get traded because he doesn't want to resign here, and I'm preparing for that. That's how I'm gonna spend the rest of my week.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're gonna get into some free agent signings here.
Yeah, just we got history, Brant.
History was made today.
History was made today.
We cannot call them the Sacramento A's because that's
We
not their name.
cannot
We
call
can't
them
call them the Oakland A's because
we
they're not in Oakland.
we can't call them the Vegas A's because they're not there
They're
yet.
not yet in Vegas. The A's signed Luis Severino to the biggest guaranteed contract in franchise history. Now, you might be thinking, damn, how many hundreds of millions of dollars did they dish out if that's the biggest contract in history? It would be zero hundreds of dollars, hundreds of millions, pardon me. It was $67 million over 3 years. That is the biggest contract that the A's have ever given out in the franchise history. I A, I don't know how we got here. I don't know how the A's outbid. I don't know what the market was for Sevy. I think we were in
It
on
was
Sevy.
not 67 million over 3 years.
No, it doesn't make a ton of sense, but
Okay.
I don't know who the teams were on Sevy.
Okay. Another thing about this contract, you say
Mhm.
it's the highest guaranteed money, and I
Mhm.
think I said this to you earlier.
Mhm.
You probably can remember this? Do you remember who was the previous holder for the A's contract guaranteed money?
Was it Giambi? No.
No. It was Eric Chavez in 2004.
Hmm.
He had 66 million. Do you want to know how much 66 million in 2004 is worth now? 110 million.
So really, they haven't climbed.
So really, they haven't with inflation.
Inflation has not affected them at all. Good for
No,
Fisher. I'm happy. No, I'm not. I was gonna say I'm happy for A's fans, but I'm not because they don't really. They have no reason to be happy. The team's gone.
the team
I
is
feel
the A's
bad
have
for
no
A's
fans to
fans
be home
almost.
happy for.
Yeah, I'm happy for the people of Sacramento. Maybe I don't really know how to react to this. I don't. Who finished second in the race for Luis Severino is my question.
Or to be the Blue Jays.
It's got to be us.
It's got to be the Jays.
So who finished third in the race for Luis Severino?
The Pirates, maybe. Never know.
And then what did they offer him? Like 64?
They also gave up a draft pick for that. I hope you know that.
Oh yeah, because it's a QO.
He's a QO guy.
Oh my god,
He got overpaid and he's a QO guy.
that's wild. Who's this John Fisher?
Yeah, man.
Super curious.
Maybe if John Fisher spent money, Matt Chapman and Matt Olson and Sean Murphy and Marcus Simeon would also
Maybe
be
he
in
wouldn't have had to leave Oakland.
would also be in Oakland. Dude,
I think he
we
wanted to
always
leave Oakland.
we
I don't
bring
think it
this team
matters.
up every like month or so, but
Oh,
that 2021 A's team,
oh, so good.
Simeon,
So
Olson,
good.
Chapman, Tony
So
Kemp, a good Laureano, Sean Murphy, Montas, Manaya, Blackbird, Bassett.
Yeah, fuck me, man. Like,
Man,
they didn't even win a series, did they?
they didn't make the playoffs
They didn't even make the playoffs.
in 2021.
Oh, yeah, we knocked them out with
We
that
knocked
like
them out.
series where we punched them in the jaw and
Yeah.
it sent them to
Yeah, the 10-8
oblivion.
the 10-8 win or the
Yeah,
11-10
that
win.
Lourdes walk off or not
No.
walk off, game tying
Lourdes
grand slam.
game tying grand slam, and then the
Semien
Canna
walk-off.
hit a 2-run home run down the line in
Yeah.
the top of the ninth, and then
Yeah.
here's gonna timestamp this. Breivik Valera hit a double, and then George Springer in long pants because he wore a fucking knee brace got another double.
Breivik
Like
Valera had one of the coolest walk-up songs of all time. It was fun. Yes, dude. Elite. I missed that. He was not very good, but I missed that.
no. We have a thing for shit people
That
with
was the
good walk-up
year
songs.
of the third baseman for the Toronto Blue Jays.
Yeah, that was
We
the
had
year of
Cav, we
12.
had Santi, we had
Cav, Santi,
Kevin
Panic,
Smith,
Jake Lamb,
Jake Lamb.
um,
Jake Lamb had like legitimate run.
Joe Panic. I remember. Yeah, I don't know if it's
Yeah.
Joe Panic. There's somebody. Other guy been someone else,
Who?
right?
Kevin Smith, I said, but
Kevin Smith. Vlad played like an inning over there. I think at that
maybe.
in
Very
21.
possible, honestly.
Like,
Yeah, so crazy run.
hey, do you want to know like how wild the 4 game series against the Yankees?
Mhm.
I think it was George Springer hit a sacrifice fly to score Gerard Dyson.
That's fucking wild, dude.
Like
What a world. It has not
Jake
been that
Lamb,
long.
Jake Lamb and Gerard Dyson were on the
Has not
team
been that
in
long.
that series.
Has not been long enough for that.
No.
We might as well rip through a few more here.
Yep.
Aroldis Chapman to Boston.
Yeah. Hey Boston, congrats! That's your big signing. Please, I hope I'm saying with.
You think that pissed off Soto enough to be like, I can't go there?
Hey, and then they're gonna sign Domingo Herman, and then Soto. What the
Mm.
fuck?
Direct from Domingo. Um. Oh, that's why it's not working. Yeah, I don't know. It's a signing. It is what it is. Boston needed bullpen help. I
10
see why they
million
did
for
it.
Chappie.
Yeah, I see why they did it, but it's stupid. I don't get why he still has a job anywhere. Kyle Higashioka, I would argue
Higashioka,
the
the home run stroker.
second, maybe third highest available bet. No, you know what? Because Darno signed.
Darno signed.
Maybe the best available catcher.
Yeah, probably.
Maybe. I like it's not a very good market this year. He's going to Texas.
For
Nice
5 million.
nice backup to Jonah Heim, I think. That's
Apparently they're gonna split time.
okay. Nice 1A, 1B with Jonah Heim, then I guess.
Yeah.
I don't really agree with that one, but hey, it is what it is. Frankie Montas. The Mets are making their moves to try and bring Juan
Yeah.
Soto. And
2 years,
they brought
34
in
million for Frankie Montas.
that.
A lot.
Correct me if I'm wrong. Sean Manaea is a free agent, right?
Sean Manaea is a free agent. Yes.
So that's their Sean Manaea replacement.
They're gonna try and turn Manaea or Montas into.
They're gonna be like, hey man, did you see what Manaea and Chris Sale did last year?
Hey, do that.
Can you do that?
Yeah.
Throw it to 3 bullpens over to your right.
He had nearly a 5 ERA and got 17 million.
That's wild.
He threw 150 innings with a 4.84.
Go Mets.
Yeah.
Matt Boyd
Got
to the Cubs.
2 years, 29 million.
Mm-hmm. What's his name? The Scott Boras made a lot of money in the last little bit.
Yep.
Because he had him. He
Snell.
had who? Snell.
Snell.
Thank you. He had Kikuchi, and there was a couple other names, and then he's got Soto, right? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's a lot of money coming in Scott Boras' pocket this year. A little better than he did last year. There was somebody that signed an option or something. Whatever. I'm just looking at this now because I got 2 things to say. We're going back to the Blue Jays a little bit. Sorry, you know what? Also, Tommy Edman signed an extension with the Dodgers. I think that's a nice little pickup for them. He's
17 million signing bonus and deferred money included.
all deferred. Yeah, that's just expected. Don't expect the Dodgers to pay anyone up front ever again. Doesn't make sense.
He didn't even do it with Teo, and he made 20 last year.
For 1 year. He signed a 1-year deal, and they're going to pay him until 2039. It's crazy. The Blue Jays tickets went on sale today.
Oh yes, our favorite promotion is back.
Work from Dome?
Apparently it's back.
Fantastic. I'm so excited to not work from Dome. What I want to bring up, did you know our home opener is at 3:00 on a Thursday?
¿Por qué?
I don't know. I was looking. I'm like, oh, maybe I'll get tickets to the opener. 3:00 Thursday, March 27th.
Aren't they playing the Orioles? I was gonna say yeah.
So that's a fat no.
Yeah.
But what I also want to talk about, do you know how many tickets are still available?
A lot.
A lot.
And they're like tickets are cheap as like $9 as far as I'm.
They had that Black Friday thing. The home opener tickets aren't quite as cheap. You can get 500 level seats for $39.
As long as they're not them fucking Kendrick Lamar tickets, man.
No, yeah, that's crazy, dude.
Dude, my
Crazy.
sister.
Concert tickets are a joke.
Shout out to my sister.
Mhm.
She woke up early to like sit in like the pre-sale line for those.
Okay.
Saw how much the tickets were and went. We were like, hey, we could spend between like $50 to like $200.
Right.
And then my sister clicks it and goes, oh, the cheapest ticket's like $350.
Yeah, no.
And I'm like, all right.
That was Post Malone too. You looked at
Yeah.
those tickets. I'm like,
Yeah, that was Post
not
Malone
happening.
as well. But
Not happening.
thankfully, the Jays are so
The
bad.
Jays tickets, you can still get them for
that.
$39, and you can get a lot of tickets. I would love to know if the Blue Jays are looking at this, going, "Huh, we got a problem," because clearly nobody's buying tickets right now.
Yeah,
And I get it. There's no reason to buy tickets right now. The team stinks.
we
I
don't know
would
who's
like
on
to
the
see.
team.
No, exactly. And I would like to see if by some miracle we do sign Juan Soto. I would love to see how quickly those tickets go.
Because I am me, I need to look at a certain series tickets.
Sure.
Because I am me, and if you know me, you know what team I'm looking for.
Is it the Dodgers?
No, we're in LA this year, I think.
Yeah, you're right.
The White
Sox?
Yes. I'm genuinely gonna check how much like 100 double seats are for the White Sox game.
I think seats went up, if I'm not mistaken, so that makes sense.
Okay, let me just try. I'm sorry, there's people were buying tickets for the fucking White Sox game.
While you're looking,
keep talking because I'm.
Hai Song Kim got posted.
Yes.
Now I know we mentioned his name earlier. That is
Yeah.
not Ha Sung Kim. Could not tell you if there's any relation. I don't know anything about him. Any chance you know anything about Hai Sung Kim?
I know one thing.
Okay.
He doesn't hit home runs.
Okay.
His career high was 11.
Okay.
37 in his career.
Sounds like a Blue Jay for sure.
Yeah.
For sure. Fantastic.
Okay, so section 125,
Mhm.
row 11
Mhm.
for the Blue Jays and White Sox is $130.
Okay. That's not that much worse, I don't think. I don't know if it is worse. It could be the same. I don't know.
I think I went last year. I think it was like 110. Like I was section like 110 and it was like $90 a ticket. So
right. That's fine. That is what it is. Final piece of player information before we get to what arguably could have been the lead today.
Yeah.
Munetaka Murakami announced that 2025 will be his last season in Japan.
Yes. If you do not know who Munetaka Murakami is, but if you did watch the WBC, he was the starting third baseman for Team Japan.
He's hit 241 homers in 7 seasons.
And he's 24,
24.
Like, so he'll be
25 when he comes
25 26. Or 26 when he comes over.
Like, yeah, I don't know what his birthday is.
Which is insane. Like,
yeah. So that'll be fun. It'll be fun to finish second on him next year.
Yeah.
That'd be cool.
Yeah. Whoever gets Alex Bregman is taking themselves out of the Murakami sweepstakes.
Biggest.
Speaking of Alex Bregman quickly.
Oh yeah, I forgot about the Bregman.
This man apparently got offered $165 million by the Astros over 6 years.
How do you not take that?
And he says no.
This guy's dreaming if he thinks he's worth more than that. Oh, you're not getting 6 years anywhere. I mean, he probably will. He's going to go to the Rockies.
Brant, before we go on to the last thing, I want Murakami so bad. Have you seen his home run numbers?
Yeah, buddy, you and 29 other major league teams probably. You know who the 30th team that probably doesn't want him is? The Blue Jays. You know why? Yeah. Too many homers.
Okay, in his age 19 season in Japan, he had 36 home runs and 96 RBI. Oh, age 20, he dipped just a little bit. He had 28 and 86.
Oh, bust.
21, he said, maybe I'm back, maybe. 39, 112.
I'm beginning to think I'm back.
And then 2022, his OPS was 1168. He had 56 home runs, 134 RBI.
Yeah, I'm thinking I'm back.
Oh, damn, and then he's had a couple down seasons. 3184, 3386.
Oh, shucks.
His down seasons in Japan are 30 plus.
Shucks.
Still hitting with mid to high 8 OPSs. Like,
yeah, and he's only 24.
And he's only
fucking crazy.
His birthday's in February.
He hasn't even hit his peak.
Yeah, his birthday's in February.
He's not a Blue Jay. There's no shot in hell.
Yeah, man.
There's no shot in hell.
It's gonna suck when Max Muncy leaves in free agency, and then
Oh.
Munetaka Murakami goes to the
No, he's a
Dodgers.
Dodger. He's such a Dodger. You're so
He's
right.
the
You're
Dodger.
so right.
Dodger
The
Blue. Dodger Blue, if you will. Shout out
piece
Kendrick
of
Lamar. Great song.
news that's gone around, created quite a buzz.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, that was completely accidental because I forgot that was in all the tweets that have ever come out. It's created a buzz around us because there was a buzz in the Major League Baseball offices because they are talking about potentially adding a golden at bat rule.
Not miss me. I'm not a
If
baseball purist, but miss
before we
me.
get into opinions on it, if you don't know what the golden at bat rule, if you've ever seen Banana Ball, at any point in time, once a game, you can bring in one player from anywhere in the lineup to take an at bat. It's kind of cool in Banana Ball where games don't matter and things aren't really there's two teams. Like
Yeah.
it's fun. I think Banana Ball's entertaining and I think it's a fun like almost like a circus show type thing. It's more of a show than it is a league.
Yeah. So like the whole thing
That's
was
cool. That's neat.
someone brought up this thing. Do you know what it's funny, Dan
Mhm.
Levitard show. Rob Manfred was on the Dan Levitard show, I believe 2 or 3 years ago.
Okay.
Correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah.
Stugatz, one of the co-hosts of that show, gave him like rolled him out like the magical at bat idea. And do you want to
Mhm.
know what Rob Manfred said to that? That is literally the dumbest idea I've ever heard in my life. Fast forward 2, 3 years later. Hi, Rob Manfred. You kind of just took the idea of Stugatz and just changed one word on it and said
It's
it was
not the magical at bat.
the
It's the
golden at
golden
bat.
at bat.
But also, imagine like bases loaded, 2 outs
Mm.
or 1 out, and you got
Yeah.
Shohei Ohtani at the plate. You get him to
Yeah.
pop out, and then they just go, "All right, Shohei, you can
Try it again, dude.
You get six. You gotta get 6 strikes on Shohei Ohtani.
I saw a
Like,
TikTok. I wish I could remember the girl's name. She's a uh, content creator. She's a Yankees fan, so that's probably why I don't remember her name. But she did this thing, and
oh,
she's like,
I know.
"Imagine being Garrett Cole, and you finally get Rafi Devers out. You strike him out, and you're so pumped up. And Cora goes, "Hey, buddy,
Hey,
get
buddy,
back in there.
turn it back around, Rafi. Let's go.
Like, I think the rule is completely stupid, but
It's
there's some
dumb.
fun shit that could happen here.
I think, like, and also someone brought up the point of like, it would give us more like the WBC. It ended with Shohei Ohtani
Yeah.
versus Mike Trout.
Yeah.
It would give us that all the time.
Yeah.
But what made that moment so cool is the universe
It
willed that
doesn't
into existence.
yeah, you didn't just be like, now seems like a cool time to have Mike Trout at the plate.
Do you know what would have happened? Do you know who was in that at bat in that inning? It was Mookie Betts. It was Mike Trout batted third. Do you want to know who batted second? And who wouldn't have batted if the game was if the golden at bat was a thing? Jeff McNeil.
Oh, that probably would have been for the best. Didn't Jeff McNeil ground into a double play to create that situation?
Yes, he did. So
so we would have ended up being like 2 on, none out for Mike Trout instead. Like, which, if he comes through there, it's way cooler.
It's way cooler.
But he's still going to strike out.
Given the golden at bat thing and who the person was during the WBC, Trey Turner would have hit for Jeff McNeil.
Oh, for sure.
So you would have got Mookie Betts, Trey Turner, and Mike Trout.
Yeah, would have been way cooler. Like Rob Manfred hates pitchers.
Yeah, man.
we can accept that. The guy has done nothing for pitchers.
What the pitcher's name? I can't remember what the pitcher's name was, but he quote tweeted being like, "As long as the pitchers get to have one take back sees a game." Give up a grand slam? No,
Bang.
that's my take back seat.
Nope.
Ball just fucking reverses in space.
Try that again. I don't want that. That was a bad pitch.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I hate it. It doesn't make sense. I get why he's thinking of it. Like it runs and offense create fans.
Yeah.
And clearly it's working for Banana Ball.
But it's Banana Ball.
It's Banana Ball.
The whole thing about Banana Ball is it's not baseball, or it's not MLB. Sorry. Banana Ball is baseball.
It's like barely baseball, if we're being honest. I think they claim it's not baseball. I'm pretty sure they call it Banana Ball for a reason.
It's fun ball.
It's like, it's a cool show and I would love to go. And I'm impressed with what they do. I have nothing bad to say about Banana Ball, but it's not the major leagues. It's a completely different entity and it's a completely different concept. That's so stupid, man. I'm a little disappointed Nate's not here for this because I know he'd be a lot more angry and a lot more aggressive about this.
Nate is the purist of the three of us. He's the most purist.
But I think we did it enough justice. I think it's It's just a dumb rule.
Yeah, it's no,
Yeah.
no good. All right, before we get out of here, is there any?
I got one.
We just
Can I
check.
tell you about my man Bob Ferguson?
Yeah, we're getting a who he be this week. I was wondering if we were getting a who he be.
I gotta find.
Old Bobby Ferg.
Oh, where the hell is it? There's. Hold on. There we
It's
go.
spelled like how you think Bobby Ferguson would be spelled.
Yeah. Um, we're going back to errors
Oh my
because
god.
errors are my favorite thing of all time. Because last week, Nate brought up, I don't remember his name, and the amount of errors he made in single seasons because he was this all-time errors leader, right?
Yeah.
If you look at the all-time errors list, I'm trying to get that list back up because it doesn't really his thing doesn't really do it justice. But my boy Bobby Ferguson is on the list. Let's just go with that. He's
He just
17th on
made
the
the
list.
list.
He's 17th on the list. He's got
Okay.
7,443 innings played.
Okay.
The guy above him has 20,547.
So he did.
The guy below him has 18,771.
And he has how
Bobby
many errors?
Ferguson could not catch a fucking thing. Uh, there's some good ones in here too. Bobby Ferguson for the course of his career, 798 errors over 7,443 innings. That would be how many innings if you played every inning of every game for 162? What's the math on that? You do that for me.
Okay. So what every inning of every game?
Every inning of every game. 9 innings, 162 games. Let's just take extras out of it just for fun.
9 innings times 162.
Mm-hmm.
That is 1,458 innings.
1,458?
Yes, and that does not include obviously like in extra innings, like you said.
1,458. That would be in today's day and age, based on Bobby Ferguson's average, that would be 156 errors a season on
So
average.
he would go 6 games without an error if he played 162.
Yeah. Bobby Ferguson.
Bobby Ferguson. Bobby.
If you honestly, there's gonna be more error guys, I think, because if you go through the list of errors and see like the amount of errors guys made and then the amount of innings they played, it's shocking how bad some people were. It's a lot of fun. Shout out my boy Bobby. Top 20 all time
Yeah.
in errors.
Yeah.
Crazy, man.
Jeez. Makes no sense.
Wasn't a very long one today, but I just loved that one.
No, it's simple but effective.
Yep. We got to find some good ones again.
Yeah,
We're
man.
just shredding guys now.
Because no, who he be is who he be sometimes could be like, this is why
He be bad.
he be bad. This is why we don't know who he
real
be.
bad.
Until today, we be who know he be.
We now know who he be, and he be bad.
And he be bad.
Yeah. All right.
Next thing coming piece of merch. Who he be on the back?
He be bad. 156 errors. Can you imagine anyone made 100? Can you imagine someone made 56 errors?
Dog, we talked shit about Bo Bichette.
Bo Bichette made like 16 one year, and we were trying to send him to the moon.
Right. Imagine, dude.
There might have been a time when Bobby Ferguson made 16 in a game. We were like, it's fucking like bad, dude. Yeah. Crazy. Thank you for listening. Connor, you got anything else before we get out of here?
No, I would just like to give a you know what? I'm gonna try a new segment during the season. It's gonna be CBW, as I call it.
Okay.
Kevin Biggio watch. Where is he? He elected for agency in Atlanta, so
he could go anywhere.
Dog,
the world is his oyster at this point, eh?
You want to know what would make this offseason so sweet and pure?
Kevin back to the Blue Jays.
We don't get Juan Soto,
but
then it gets announced that Kevin Biggio's back.
We don't get Soto. We don't get Sasaki.
But
we don't get Burns. We don't get Santander.
Kevin Biggio and Yoan Moncada.
And
I would be literally the only person in the country
excited
who would love that.
This guy bought season tickets the next day.
Oh, bro.
Oh,
Kevin, yo, I'm getting
so bad.
I'm gonna be one of those people that stand outside the gate after the game. every game
So
to get
bad.
pictures with Cavagnon.
Yeah. Fuck. They'd be like, oh my God, this guy again.
All right, we're get out of here. I
Thanks for
say because
listening.
I'm currently
We'll
wearing a
catch
cap.
you. Oh, you know what we didn't do today?
What?
Have you done your Spotify Wrapped yet?
Oh yeah.
We can't do it last year and the year before and not do it
This is
this
fair.
year.
I don't like mine.
I
I
I'm
I have some regretful choices in mine.
now here's the thing with Spotify Wrapped this year is that
Yes,
it is taking a lot of heat, and I think rightfully so. It
because
kind of
they
sucks.
didn't have the genres.
No, it's 1,000% AI generated too, which
Oh,
sucks
for
balls.
sure. So, Brant, who was your most listened? Who was the what was the most listened to song you had?
This one definitely checks out because I think Nate and I both listened to it for like
Was it Hardy?
no,
Was it
no, it
Jelly
was like
Roll?
7 hours on repeat when it came out. A
Okay.
bar song by
Oh, Shabuzi?
Shabuzi. Oh yeah, that one made.
Hey!
When I saw that at the top, I wasn't expecting it, but I'm like, oh yeah, that's definitely right.
So, so my number one is when you look at me, when you look at the rest, me or the rest of my list, it makes no sense. Uh, a song that I was in the top 0.001% of listeners. Lost in Yesterday by Tame Impala.
Hmm.
Listen to it 104 times, starting on May 15th.
Jesus. I
And,
didn't save any of like how much I listened to thing. I only
no,
have the
I just
list.
remember that one because it
Okay.
was so my what was my the rest of my top songs were
Mhm.
Electro Wave Baby by Kid Cudi,
Okay.
Diana by Fireboy DML and featuring Chris Brown. We don't talk about him. Samurai by Lupe Fiasco,
Uh-huh.
and then Tempted by Young Philly, who's currently in a legal assault case.
Buddy, the president of the United States is a criminal.
This is
I
fair.
don't think we have to feel bad
Yeah.
about it anymore.
So yeah. What's the rest of your five if you know?
So the rest of my top songs, very all over the place.
No, this is fair. Mine is too. So that's fine.
Um, False Confidence, Noah Khan, and
Okay.
Forever by Noah Khan.
Okay.
But then I have Waiting for Love by Avicii. Pour one out. Rest in peace,
Oh, all
Avicii.
right. R.I.P.
Yeah, I don't know
Avicii.
how that got on there, but I'm here for it. And then El Merengue by Marshmello, and I don't even know who's on it with him. But that's an absolute slap too. So I'm here for that. Weirdest top five. I'm all over the
Yeah.
fucking place. Other than the
Yeah.
two Noah Khan songs.
Yeah.
So with that being said, I have two Noah Khan songs in my top five
Noah
songs.
Khan is not your number one.
Not my number one. This is where I think this AI thing is busted because last year I'm pretty sure I had Morgan Wallen, which made sense. I went to see Morgan
Morgan Wallen
Wallen.
was my number one last year as well.
Yeah. This year somehow Morgan Wallen was also my number one. But
Did you?
actually, you know
I
what? I
had
want to
some
pull up
help. It ain't like I can make
my
this kind of
my
mess all by
fucking
myself.
my artist. Very toxic. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Oh no, mine are too. Trust me,
Oh, buddy.
mine are too.
It's
Don't worry,
bad.
you're fine.
But let me see if I can find
So
this. Oh, there it is. That's what I'm looking for.
yeah,
The Wrapped playlist. I don't think I have. Oh, I do have one. Give me a second here.
yeah.
I
So
have one Morgan Wallen song in like my top. What's that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. One in my top 12, and somehow this guy was my top artist.
that's a big.
Explain that one to me.
So um, my number one artist. I
Mhm.
did save how much time I listened to this guy.
Mm.
He came out with two albums this year,
Here's just Kid Cudi.
and he has been
Yeah.
my number. He has been number two or number one for the last 3 years.
Yeah, that's
It is
that's
Kid
not new,
Cudi
huh?
with 1,738 minutes of Kid Cudi. And
That's pretty
then, all
good.
right, the rest of my top five. Number two is Chris Brown.
Oh. It's not even like forever Chris Brown, is it? It's like
It's Chris Brown's last album.
or like not run it.
It's most modern Chris Brown.
If you
Number
can
three.
run it, run it.
Yeah, number three
Throwback
is
Chris Brown's great.
number
Shit
three is
guy, but
someone terrible. Yeah, terrible guy. Number three is someone I don't think you've ever heard of.
okay.
He is as he dubs it, a trap house funk Masego.
Okay.
Number four was Don Tolliver.
Okay.
And number five, I'm from Toronto. And I got Kendrick Lamar.
Yeah.
My sister was. I'm calling my sister out as I know she's never gonna listen to this. She had Drake at number three.
A lot of people had Drake, dude. A lot of people had Drake.
I have no.
Yeah.
I
A
know
buddy of
Drake
mine
is
put on
one.
his story. He goes, you know what? For a lot of people talking shit, I'm seeing a lot of you with Drake in your top five.
And you can't do that for me. I ain't got no Drake in my top 100.
I don't have either of them because as wide a range as my songs were, my top five: Morgan Wallen, Noah Khan, Zach Bryan, Hardy, Luke Combs.
You are the problematic king
Oh yeah.
of country right
Oh
there.
yes.
Also, Shabuzi is your
Fuck.
number one song. No Shabuzi in your top five.
No Shabuzi. That's
No
what I'm
Shabuzi in
saying.
your top five.
I just absolutely insane, dude. And somehow Noah Khan didn't get number one. Noah Khan is like just littered across my top songs, but he's not my top artist. It's so broken. I don't get it.
Yeah. All right.
No,
Well,
no Chapel Roan either. That's
that's
a
our
sad one.
yeah.
Chapel Roan's yeah, no.
HOTTOGO.
Good Luck Babes at like 6 on my
Mhm.
list on here. Didn't make it.
I do have a couple.
Heartbreaker.
I do have a couple like anime openings and stuff in mind.
Mm,
I'm
okay.
getting. I'm a weeb. Fight me. I mean, clearly, if for the video listeners, if you
Hmm.
can see over there, you can't see it, but that's a Wolverine, and just
Mm,
along this wall is just all like comic books and anime stuff.
that's okay.
I
I
have
don't
like
have any of that in this room, but
everything in my see.
it's
That's the
over
thing.
there.
I made it everything in the podcast background baseball. Majority of it is baseball.
Yeah,
The
except
rest
for
of it
the
is all
the one wall. Yeah,
all
yeah,
weedy
that's fair.
shit.
Yeah,
So, all
little
right.
little kick there at the end. Sorry, we had to do it. We've done it every year.
Oh, for sure.
We can't not do the Wrapped. Thank you for listening. We'll catch you next week. Hopefully, we have Soto by then, or at least Soto's gone somewhere.
Yeah, well, I'll probably since I'm home pretty much the whole weekend, I will probably drop a quick minute video on our socials. So
Cool. Maybe we'll do an emergency. If he goes to the Jays, I'll
if he
happily
signs
do an
with the Jays, we
emergency
are
pod.
emergency podcasting.
Absolutely. I don't even care what time it is. Wake me
Exactly,
up. Call me and wake me up. I'll do it.
dude. If he signs at like 3 a.m.,
I'm doing it.
we're doing it. Even if we
Doesn't
can't
matter
do,
what state I'm in. Doesn't
yeah,
matter if I'm asleep. Wake me up. We're
yeah,
fucking
yeah,
firing an emergency pod off
yeah,
if he signs here. All
yeah.
right.
All right,
We'll see you next week.
peace.